EL117. This is the makeup class for the class that we missed on Tuesday. Today, inshallah, we're going to start the course proper. Last time we spoke about the journey that we're having ahead in terms of the stages and the steps that we're going to cover together, so that eventually you will be good writers, inshallah. Writing is a challenge for some people, and we understand and appreciate that, and it takes, of course, efforts and practice. Practice is a key here. We spoke about the idea of practice, and we said that it applies mayada, don't use your cam. You're trying to open your cam and this is not acceptable. Is it mayada or somebody else? Okay, so I have exclusive rights to the cam. I'm the only one who should be using the cam. Otherwise, you're not supposed to use your cam. You're not supposed to use your mic either, unless until I ask you to do so. Okay. So again, I was talking about the idea of writing, and we said that writing is a skill in and of itself, and in order to kind of develop the skill, you need to practice, and this is actually what we intend to do today and over the space of the 3 or 4 months that we have together, inshallah. I received your emails and I received your assignments, and I was glad because I have seen that you know, a substantial part of the class is doing well when it comes to writing. We have, of course, a category of people who are a little bit not up to the standard when it comes to writing, which is acceptable and also understood, given the fact that you're only in your formative stage. I mean, you're only in the first year in the department, and it is actually our job and duty to turn you around in writing and also in the other aspects of the English department. So I'm not worried, I'm not concerned, and I think I mean, we have material enough to turn you around, inshallah. For those who write well, we can always give them you know, pieces of advice. Stop using the mic. Okay, again, those who write well, there is always room for development, and this is what we're going to do with them. For those who are in their formative stages in writing, we are going to give them all the support and the help they need. We're going to start with, I'll give you, you know, samples of what I have received. We're going to talk about them and highlight the errors and the mistakes and give each other pieces of advice as how we can change. And then after that, we're going to make the transition to the book, and we start, I mean, leafing through its different parts and also the units or the chapters that we're supposed to cover tonight, inshallah. Okay, I think I need to kind of share my, yeah, okay, lots of things, okay. Okay, let me share this with you. Okay, can you see that? Everyone, I'm asking you.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
we can.
So
Yes, that's clear.
okay, excellent.
Yes,
so
sir.
It's a table where you have a number of columns, and I have divided the table into 2 major sections. And this is going to be our editing table. Every time we have to look at a piece of writing, we have to consider these elements. Okay, so we spoke about editing last time, and we said that editing and proofreading means that you you go back to the piece of writing that you have produced, and then kind of subject it to a number of measures so that you can make sure that errors are minimal. Okay. So what is it? So it's the editing table, and again, like I said, two major parts. You have what I call segmental errors, and I'm taking the word segmental from actually uh, um, the from phonetics. You know, phonetics, and some of you may be doing EL120. And with phonetics, you have what they call segmental and what they call suprasegmental when they talk about the production of sounds. What do they mean by segmental? Segmental, they mean how people, pronounce words. They focus on the production of sounds, what the different articulators that come together so that you produce the sound that you produce. So this is the segmental level, and then they have another level, and they call it suprasegmental. When you're done with producing the sounds and pronouncing words correctly, you move to another level, and this level is higher. They talk about stress, when you should put the stress. Is it on the first syllable, on the second syllable? They talk about the rhythm. They talk about intonation and stuff. So obviously, suprasegmental is a higher level of pronunciation, while segmental, whatever is segmental, is a lower level. It's the same thing. We're using the same thing. I cannot talk about how beautiful the ideas are. I cannot talk about your idea development and style unless and until I have spoken about your grammar error, punctuation errors, and spelling errors. Are you getting the idea, or am I making it a little bit difficult for you? We have two levels. Every time we look at a piece of writing, we're going to look at these things. What are these things? We have errors, and those errors are of two different types. We have the symbol errors, and we have what we call a more advanced kinds of errors. Okay, so the symbol segmental errors that we are referring to are grammar. When we look at the grammar, when we look at the punctuation and see whether it is correct or wrong. When we look at the spelling, so this is the first level that you normally focus on when you edit a piece of writing, and then after you're done with that, you move to another higher level, which has to do with relevance, whether the writer is relevant or not. The idea of consistency. If you're following a certain pattern, you have to keep it and sustain it until the end of the paragraph or the essay. Whether you're developing your ideas well, we look at idea development and see whether you're faring well with that or not. And then we talk about style, the use of words, the use of your sentences, whether they are long or short. Your lexicon and vocab items, whether there is variety and diversity or not. Okay, so we are going to subject all the pieces of writing that we have to these things. Okay, so again, grammar, punctuation, spelling, and this is would go under segmental errors. Relevance, consistency, idea development, and style would go under the suprasegmental kinds of error. Okay, are you getting the idea so far? Hello.
Yes.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Okay, let's move to perhaps the first piece of reading that or writing that I would like to share with you. Okay, I think I have some here. Let me know. The first one that I would like, and I think I have a list of the names. People like, okay, mm, do we have Ola Yusuf, Noor Naif. Do the names ring any bells? Do we have these people? Ola, Ola Yusuf or Joseph, Noor Naif. Who else do we have? Let me check. I also have, I think, I had two more. Where are they? Ah, yes. Yeah. And I also have Shahd al-Kuwaiti, Aisha Iqbal, and Hajar. Okay? And every and each one of them has her set of issues and problems. Um, I'm not going to spoil it. We're going to discover this for ourselves. Um, Again, this is a workshop where we are learning from our errors. I don't want people to get nervous.
What kind of error do we have?
I will talk about them in a minute. Just, I mean, if you want to speak, I mean, raise your hand or something. Okay? So again, we're going to go and talk about them one by one. Again, the strategy or the idea would be that you yourselves will pick out the errors. Okay, you have to figure them out with my guidance and direction. And like I said, the table that you're seeing has the different types of errors that we will see. Somebody is trying to use the mic, and I said this is a no, no. I'm hopeful that I'm not going to spend the rest of my life talking about procedural issues. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Okay. Okay. Not this one. Not this one either. Okay. Okay, we said we're going to start with Shahd. Where is Shahd? Shahd's file is a PDF file. Okay, where are you, Miss Shahd? Yes, this is Shahd. So can you see Shahd's piece of writing? Can you see that?
No, it's not appearing.
Which is very strange. Are you sure, everyone? Let me, okay.
Yes. Yes, it's not appearing, Doctor.
Okay, okay, no problem. We will make it appear. Just give me a second. Shahd's. Okay. It's not appearing still, right?
Yes.
You can't see anything, right? Where are you? How about, can you see it now?
Yes.
Alhamdulillah.
Yes.
Okay, so this is Shahd. Hi, Shahd. Can you see that? Yeah, Shahd, are you there?
Yes, doctor.
Okay, hi, how are you? Yeah, Shahd, you
What?
do, I mean, this is your writing, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Just, okay, so what is it that we're doing? We're going to kind of read what Shahd has to say or what she has already written, and then we're going to pass a judgment on this piece of writing, and our judgment has to be objective. Objective in the sense that we don't just say, okay, it's good or bad. it's not about I mean impressions that you're giving about the piece. It's objective judgment that is based on checking whether there are errors or not, and whether the errors are tolerable and okay, or they are so many, and in this case not okay. Okay, so I'll give you a minute, and I would like you to read Shahad's attempt, and then we start discussing it. Okay, you guys have a minute from now, and the reason why I'm saying a minute, because it's not very long. Okay, you guys have a minute to read what.
Okay.
Okay, I mean, there is obviously something wrong with your mic. It's a little bit loud, and it goes through my ears. You cannot imagine how tormenting it is. So if you can kind of lower the volumes a bit. Okay. Yalla. Say something. Give me a signal when you have finished reading Shah's attempt. And I'm going to read too, and I'm going to come up with my own observations about Shahad's attempt. So everyone should work. Okay, like I said, it's a workshop where everyone should be learning.
دكتور
I said 1 minute, and I don't think the 1 minute is over. Okay. So the minute is up. Okay. So I need to people to give me their overall impression about the piece, and then we move to the details. If you're going to rate Shahd out of 10, so how much would you give her?
5.
Okay,
4.
5, 5, 4, 6. Okay. One more.
6.
5.
Yes.
5.
6.
Okay. Okay. We're going to stop with these ratings. So it's 5, 4, 6, 6, 5, 6. So it's a 6 that people are giving Shah on
Where
average.
is
Okay.
it?
Well, stop. I mean, I am moderating the class. Don't ask irrelevant questions yet. Okay. Okay. So if we're saying 5, if we're saying 4, if we're saying 6, it means that we are perceiving errors and mistakes. We're seeing errors and mistakes, right? Otherwise, we could have given her 10 or 9 out of 10. Don't you agree? I think you agree. Okay. Okay,
Yes.
that's good. Okay. So let's I'll guide you. I'll guide you. We're going to move in two directions like we agreed. We have the segmental errors, the low-level errors, and the supra-segmental errors, or the high-level errors. So what do you think? Do people start with the segmental or the supra-segmental?
Segmental.
Yes, that we are agreed on that. Okay, but the overall impression that you get about a piece of writing that, like this is it suprasegmental or segmental? Your impression. Your impression has to do with what? Has to do with the organization, has to do with whether you see a unity of purpose, whether you see relevance or not. So we're going to start with our overall impressions with the supra-segmental issues that contributed to your assessment. You guys saying it's 4 or 5 or 6. Why do you think it's 4, 5 or 6? Can come to the mic?
Doctor,
Yes.
doctor, I
Yes,
think
go ahead. Okay. What's your
I
name?
think I get
What's your
her for Maha.
What's your name? Maha. Okay. So
Maha.
whenever
Yes.
just wait here, Maha. Point of order. Wait. Point of order. Okay. If you come to the
Okay.
mic, you need to introduce yourself and start saying what you have to say. So it's Maha that we're having, and I would be very appreciative if Maha also gives us her family name. So it's Maha. Um, uh, um,
I
Maha.
think yes. I
Okay.
think I get her because I think this is not a say. This is like a list. This is like a listing.
A what? A listing. So Maha is saying this is not
I
an essay.
think
Okay. You
this is.
felt this is okay. Go on. Maha, if you cannot control, if you cannot control the background, mute your mic, and that would be it. Okay.
Okay.
Doctor,
Let's finish with Maha. Let's finish with Maha.
I doctor.
Yes.
I think this is not like a say. I think
Oh,
like listing.
listing. Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Can you? Okay. Go on.
because they write first, second. This is not like a say. A say you must put a beginning and a body one, body two, like this.
Okay, Maha. Thank you so much. Maha brought up a very interesting idea to the conversation. The fact that we asked for an essay, but we didn't get an essay. What we got was more or less like a long paragraph. Do you agree with me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
yeah,
So it's a paragraph. So did we ask for a paragraph?
No.
No.
no, no,
No.
uh, for, for all the beauty of what she is writing. By the way, Shahd is writing a very solid piece of writing when it comes to the ideas, but not when it comes to the structure and the organization of this piece of writing. I wouldn't call it an essay because it's not an essay. Because if it's an essay, I could have spotted that from afar. For an essay to be an essay, it has to have clear divisions. You have to have a paragraph that we call the introduction, and then a number of body paragraphs, and then the conclusion. What we're seeing is obviously different. We're seeing a paragraph without any divisions. Okay. This, of course, will take away from the beauty of what what Shahad is writing. That would be one reason why people are rating her and giving her perhaps 5 or 6. Okay, thank you, Maha, so much. Let's move to somebody else. So again, Maha said that this is not an essay that she's. Wait. Maha is saying that this is not an essay that she is seeing, and I think we all agree with her. Okay, and also she said that it's listing. She's listing ideas. Listing can be okay, but not in the first paragraph, not in the introduction. Okay, Right. Let's move to somebody else. Somebody was trying to talk. Go ahead.
Can I share my idea?
Yeah, I mean, whoever asked to speak, and I said, wait.
May I?
Me,
Yeah,
teacher.
yeah, go ahead. What's your name? Come to.
I'm Shahad, doctor.
What's your name?
I'm Shahad, the one who wrote this.
No, wait, ya Shahd. Wait for a while. Okay, wait for
May
a.
I please?
May
Can
I
I?
share?
Yeah, who is that? Yeah, go ahead.
My name is Ilaf Ahmed.
Okay, Ilaf Ahmed.
Uh, yes, I think Shahad's piece of writing is amazing, but she did miss the title. She also
Okay.
forgot to
Let me
indent.
this is a point of order. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, amazing means perfect. Do you really mean it? Do you think it's perfect?
No, no, I think that it's full
Uh,
of rich words when it comes to writing,
so I wouldn't
but
call
not
it
in the right
having.
form.
I mean, at this point of time, we don't want to use slippery expressions and terms like awesome, amazing, excellent, right? So
Okay.
let's kind of play it down a little bit. She did an I was going to say an excellent job. She did a good job, but it's not an excellent job, and for obvious reasons. She's still learning, and we are still learning. Okay, so
Yes.
go on. Yeah, Elif.
Okay. I think she missed the title and she didn't indent before each paragraph.
Mm-hmm.
There was no clear introduction and no conclusion.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't set her topic into different paragraph as well. She had some spelling mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Oh, so it's not amazing. She
Okay.
has errors, and this we appreciate. Wallahi, what Shahd did, she did a good job.
Yes.
We're not undermining her efforts at all. I mean, if we
No.
don't learn from our errors, we're not likely to learn at all. Make no mistake about it. Thank you, Ilaf, for your amazing, for your amazing analysis. Yes, again. It's we just give me a second. We do have a title, and her title was "Why Online Learning is Good for Some People." Okay, she does have a title. Again, the idea of not dividing her work into paragraphs. This is obviously one of the our observations, the things that we take against her, right?
Yes.
Okay, let's move to somebody else. I mean, the gentleman is trying to say something. Come to the mic, introduce yourself, and you are on your way.
Yes, doctor.
Yes, go ahead.
My name is Sultan Salah.
Sultan. Hi, Sultan.
How are you, doctor? Doctor, I think it's paragraph because he don't have conclusion and the title is the title was very short and that's all.
Okay,
The,
Sultan, you're confused and confusing. You moved from the. I mean, you
confused.
obviously have to.
يعني I am أنا
Wait,
confused.
wait. We haven't finished with Sultan yet. Okay. So Sultan is talking about the title and he's saying the title is not long enough. I don't know how long a title should be, if we need a title at all, right? And he
yes,
also,
Right.
I mean, sometimes you don't need a title in the first place, okay?
doctor, but the
Because
word is very good.
the what?
The word
The wording. She
very good.
has. This is what we call a turn. I would like you to learn this expression: turn of phrase. So Shah's turn of phrase is excellent. Her range of vocabulary is very rich. Okay. Thank you. Can we have somebody else?
Yes, can I?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm Rahab Muhammad.
And you're what?
First,
You're what?
Rahab Muhammad.
Rahab Muhammad. Go ahead.
Okay. First of all, she missed the main like to the space in the first paragraph for as an essay. It has to be there's a space before the first word.
Mm.
The second, she had to discuss the main point in the first essay and what she's going to be talking about in the coming body. Um, then she had to take a space for the next body, what she's going to be talking about. And the last thing she had to also write a conclusion, like from her point of view.
Okay.
That's all.
Thank you, Rahab. Yeah, what Rahab is saying is a variation on what we've been talking about. The idea that Shahd is not dividing her so-called essay into paragraphs. I mean, she's also referring to a mechanical issue, the idea of indentation. Indentation means that you leave space at the beginning of every and each paragraph. It is only natural that we don't have any spaces because we have only one paragraph, right? Okay, thank you, Rahab. We have time for one more. Okay.
Can I
Okay.
share?
Yeah, please.
I think this
Do you have a
essay.
name? Do you have a
Yeah,
name?
sorry, my name is Hala Laham.
Hala.
Hala.
Okay.
Yes, there's a great effort in this essay. Good job. It's about the subject that we're talking about, which is online learning. But she mentioned online learning 3 times. So there's not lexical resources. There's not a wide range of vocabulary, and there's not also a wide range of grammatical resources as well. So the sentences are starting with online learning gives, so it's like an SVO all the time. It's the same grammar, it's the same grammatical rules or grammatical sentence, and she did not say a lot of like big vocabularies or showed her lexical resources.
Okay. That's I'm sorry, what's your name again?
Hala.
Hala. Hala, wallahi, Hala.
And also punctuation
Yeah.
wise, the last sentence, there's
We'll talk about this level in a minute. Okay.
this letter later. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Hala. You're doing a good job analyzing and explaining. But you're not encouraging enough, right?
Sorry, I said good effort. It's amazing. Do you want me to say amazing, outstanding?
No,
It's
amazing.
lovely.
No,
I love
amazing.
it.
Okay, thank you. So I was just, joking and kidding. Okay. Okay. Can we be more specific? Do you still remember the table that we have created together, the segmental and the supra-segmental aspects of any piece of writing? So let's focus on the segmental because we've been talking about the supra-segmental for quite some time. Rehab and you, Hala, you spoke enough about this idea of, I mean, it's the fact that it's not a solid piece of work when it comes to the meaning that it communicates to the reader, right? By the way, what do you think? Do you think that we have to consider the reader, our audience? Do you think this is important? I'm asking you, everyone.
Yes, it's an
Okay.
academic piece of writing.
Yes.
Yes. So audience or your readers are important. Okay. So you need to know what their needs are. Okay, good. Okay. So segmental errors, grammar, spelling, and punctuation, right? So let's start with this grammar. Have you spotted any grammar errors? And by the way, you can always use a table like the one that I have shared with you in which you under, for example, grammar, under the column of grammar, you write the errors. And then you go to punctuation and then you also write the punctuation errors and so on and so forth. So I'll perhaps give you a minute to spot the grammar errors that that we're having here. Only 1 minute, because I need to move on to another sample. Okay, so the minute is obviously over. So errors, we're looking for errors. We're looking for grammar error, to be specific. Okay. Can we have somebody, I mean, people other than those who spoke? Hello.
Can I speak?
Yes, Doctor, we are with you.
Yeah, okay. So I need somebody to come to the mic and start.
I'm Ola. I'm going to be headed on after this. I'm Ola.
Yeah. Ola.
I'm one of the mistakes maybe. I'm having an essay. I don't know, but I'm gonna say a problem here. I think when she said actually it's going to make the students motivated, right?
I don't know what you're talking about, yeah, Ola.
Motivated.
Okay, no, okay, this is also another point of order. Whenever you refer to an essay, you need to specify when the error is. For obvious reasons, we cannot do that with Shahd, because I mean her essay is not divided into sections. I cannot say, for example, I'm talking about paragraph 1 or paragraph 2 or the conclusion, right? But perhaps Ola can tell us whether we are at the beginning or at the end, on top or at.
At the ending. In the ending,
Okay.
actually, it's
Okay.
going to make the students motivated.
Okay.
Kind of past.
Okay. What's the problem with this sentence? Is this yours or hers?
It's hers.
It's hers. She's saying.
She said students motivate.
Okay. This is a style error that you're referring to, or a grammar error?
Grammar.
Grammar.
Should be motivated.
And I don't know where that.
The last, actually, it's going to make.
Yeah, I saw it. I saw
Say
it.
which line?
So she's saying actually, it's going to make the students motivate themselves to finish their homeworks and assignments, and also.
Okay. No. My mistake. Never mind.
No, and I'm saying that it's a long sentence.
Yeah, it's a long sentence, but I've got a wrong idea. I thought she stopped at motivate.
Okay, so actually it's going to make the students motivate. No, it motivates the students right away, right? So actually it's going to motivate the students to finish their homework and assignments. And of course, there is no such thing as homeworks. This is grammatically incorrect. Homework is not countable. You don't say a homework and you don't say homeworks. This is a common error. Never say homeworks. No homeworks. Okay? Okay, and I was also referring to the fact that the same sentence is so long. So you need you need transportation. You need a car to go from actually to courses. Don't you agree? It's a long sentence. You need to take a ride. Okay.
Doctor,
So, yes. What's your name?
I think the error is at the top, the structure of the sentences.
What's your name?
Sauban Ahmed.
Sauban, go ahead.
The problem, the error is located at the first few lines, the first 5 sentences. You can see the structure of this whole paragraph is not correct.
Yeah, that's true. This is a problem among the so many problems that we have. Thank you, Thauban. Thauban is tha? Is it tha or sa?
Tha.
معلش, I have a problem with the.
No problem.
Oh, it's okay. طيب, thank you, Thawban. It's going to take time for me to get used to pronouncing the first part of your name, Thawban. I think you understand. Okay. How about the word traffics? What's that? I got. I don't know. What is it that you can see? Can you still see the whatever I'm showing?
Yes, teacher.
Because somehow I was kicked out of the. Let me check how I can get that. Yeah, it's here. Yes, again. Okay. So there is no such thing as traffics. Do we have traffics in English? No.
No.
Not that
Yeah.
I know of, right? So it's traffic and it's homework.
I know what she meant. She meant the traffic road.
Yeah, I know. I'm not.
Yeah, I know, but it is a word, but the way she wrote it was wrong, right?
Okay, I mean, it's sometimes you have individual cases, and we try to kind of universalize it and talk about it so that everybody can benefit. Okay, so again, there is no such thing as traffics, and there is no such thing as homeworks. No S, no S, no a, no a, no a traffic, and no a homework. No traffics with S and no homeworks with S. Okay. Okay. Anything else that you would like to share with us before we move to somebody else? Shahd, you have the final word on that. I will give you a minute to perhaps, say what you have to say about your piece of writing, and I wouldn't call it an essay because it's not an essay. Shahd, would you come to the mic and share some thoughts? Okay, so obviously Shahd is either not with us or not with us. Okay, let's move to somebody else. So this was Shahd. Thank you, Shahd, for your efforts, tremendous as they are. Let's move to Aisha Aqbal. And let me check. Yeah, I'm not sure I heard that. So let's move to some. No, this is not. Oh, okay. This is Bayan. Can you see Bayan? Is it clear enough?
No.
No,
No.
not
What?
yet.
Yes, teacher.
Is it? I
The
mean,
same for Shahad.
we're still with Shahd. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, معلش. Okay. طيب. Okay. So. Okay. Okay. How about it now?
Yes.
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 Okay, good. This is Bayan. Bayan Bilal Ahmed Suleiman or Salomon or something in this neighborhood. Okay, so I would like you, don't read yet, don't read. Just look and tell me whether this is an essay or not. Yani from afar. Don't read yet.
Looks
Yes.
like a set.
Excellent. It looks like an essay.
Yeah.
How could you know that it is an essay?
It's from organization.
Teacher,
Graphic.
can I talk?
Wait,
It's
wait.
organized and it looks like
Let me finish my line of thought, and then I'll give you space. Okay. So graphically, from afar, you guys are saying that it looks like an essay. We haven't read it yet. Okay, so if I am marking a piece of writing like this, and from afar, without reading yet, I see it like this, I give Bayan 2 marks without reading, and I haven't read yet. Can you imagine how important the organization of your piece of writing is? You can
Yes.
take 2 easy marks by only organizing your piece of writing into what is required. If what is required in an essay, so you make sure that it is divided into paragraphs, right? Okay, so somebody wanted to comment. Okay, go ahead.
Teacher.
Yes,
What's your name?
Maha.
Maha. The same Maha?
No, 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 yes.
Okay, okay. Go ahead, ya Maha.
I think she played the words that you requested from us,
Okay,
not like Shahad.
okay, okay.
And
Okay, go on.
yes,
Go on.
and this is same. This is same essay, I think.
What do you mean?
Formally, this is same essay.
You mean يعني yes, yeah. Formally,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
This can be considered an essay. Okay. Thank you,
yeah.
Maha. Thank you, Maha.
Okay.
So, okay. So again, our overall impression is that this is an essay because it looks like an essay. Okay, so we're going to go to the essay proper. We're going to go to the details. We're going to read and see whether she's sustaining the effort, whether she's doing a good job in terms of content and in terms of ideas or not. So I'll give you 2 minutes because obviously this is an essay and it is longer than the paragraph that Shah wrote. So it's going to take perhaps more minutes. I'll give you up to 3 minutes to read it and then come up with your conclusions and your ratings of the essay. You guys have 2 minutes. Go ahead.
Teacher, can you make Zoom more? It's very small, the letters.
You can use Zoom. You can use Zoom.
Listen, I don't want to mess with it, and the next thing you know, it vanishes or disappears. So I would like you to make the effort, perhaps, yani come closer to the monitor and focus.
You
Okay.
can zoom it with your mouse.
Um,
Doctor,
Not you,
yes.
not you, doctor, but
everyone
Yeah.
the
can Zoom it.
students.
Alhamdulillah. Yeah. Good. Go ahead. Okay, give me a signal if you have finished. Say something. if you have finished.
Finished, doctor.
Okay. I need 5 more people to say that they have finished so that we are on our way.
I'm done.
Okay. 2,
Done. Yes, finished.
3, 4, 5, 6.
We
Okay.
Finished.
Okay, good. Thank you so much. Okay. Okay, so let's rate, what's her name? I'm sorry. I remember her name. Bayan. Bayan. So let's rate Bayan. Let's give her a mark out of, okay. So, I mean, 10 is, let's make it 5. Let's make the ceiling 5. So let's give Bayan a mark out of 5.
4.
7.
4. 4. I need,
4.
okay, so 4.
5.
3.
Wait.
3.
So 4, 3, 7,
5.
3.
5, 3.
6.
Okay, I'll stop there. I have 5 people, and we have marks ranging from 3 to 5 to 7. Okay, so the average is obviously perhaps 4. Let's say 5. No, I have only one 5. So the average, and I have 2 3s and 1 4. So I would go for 4 out of. I'm sorry. Yeah, and I said out of 5, and people are giving me 7. How come? Okay, so we're moving. So again, 4, 3, 5. Somebody is giving 5 out of 5. Do you mean it? What's your name? Somebody has said 5 out. Is it out of 5?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry. So I would go for, I need one more rating. Give me one more.
4.
3.
4.
4. 4 and 3.
3.
Okay.
4.
Okay. So we'll go for 3 because I have 3 3s and 2 4s and 1 5. So, okay, so let's talk about it. So in terms of graphics, graphically, she's doing a good job because what we're seeing in front of our eyes is more like an essay, right? Okay, so it's not one paragraph that we're seeing a number of paragraphs, and the essay, we can safely say that it is an essay from the formal means form, from the format point of view. Okay, in terms of ideas, okay, so people are giving her, what did we say? We said 3. Okay, so I need people to come to the mic and share with us their thoughts.
Excuse me, can I talk, teacher?
Did you talk before?
No, Fawzia Sharif.
Fawzia Sharif. Go ahead, Fawzia.
Yes. First, I want to talk about introduction. Should be something general fact. She cannot talk about herself in the introduction.
Did she talk about itself?
Yeah, she write last paragraph in sorry. Last thing in the first, for me, it benefit me a lot for some reason. This one in the introduction.
I don't believe that we have, I mean, fixed rules when it comes to what to say. I mean, it depends on the essay and how the writer intends to kind of develop the ideas. I think. Wait, let me just comment on what you're saying, because she in the previous sentences, just before the sentence that you're talking about, she's talking in general terms. She's talking about people, and then some people, and then she started to personalize it. This is only the introduction. I think if you ask me, she did a good job when it comes to, kind of giving us levels. She started off with people and she ended up with herself, not the other way around. If I don't think this is a problem. And also, she did a very good towards the a very good thing towards the end of the introduction. She instead of talking about everything, she's going to talk about her own experience, right? She said
So,
that okay.
so
So
allowed for us to talk about
wait, and I'm
ourselves.
not done, I'm not done, okay.
Okay.
And what I'm trying to say is every and each essay has its own um, terms. So it depends on what you're trying to say, and it depends on whether what you're trying to say you will say later or on, whether you're consistent with yourself and with your reader or not. Okay, so for me, it benefits me a lot for some reasons. I expect her to talk about these reasons that so, the real test is whether she has spoken about these reasons or not. I'm asking everyone, did she give us these reasons? Okay, so we're going to test her against the introduction that she gave. She gave a general introduction, and towards the end of the introduction, she started to speak about her own self. Okay, so she said that there are, it's good and everything because of certain factors. So my question to you, now that you have read the rest of the essay, did she share these reasons with us? I'm
Yes, she
asking.
did.
She did. Okay.
No.
Yes.
And this
She
is
did.
successful. If she did,
Yes.
okay. So,
She
and
did.
it's good. It's good that she said some reasons.
Yes, she
I'll tell
did.
you why. If she said, for example, four reasons or three reasons, we would have gone to the rest of the essay in order to count the number of reasons that she has provided. But she was very smart in saying some reasons. Those some reasons are more than one, and obviously the sky would be the limit. I think she's providing more than one reason. Okay, so
Okay.
okay, so in writing you also have to be smart, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, okay,
Doctor,
so
can I share?
okay, yeah. What's your name?
My name is Rawan Muhammad.
Rawan.
Yes,
Uh,
I think her title is a question, and he didn't write the question mark.
okay.
And her conclusion is very short. I think.
Can I excuse me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Whoever whoever is keeping his mic on, please mute your mic. Okay, go on. Okay. Okay. Obviously, it's you're the speaker, right? And you have noise in the background, right? Okay. So
Teacher, I have
yes.
question. I am Fauzia, but I have question. I think maybe wrong thinking about the essay. We learn to not write anything about myself in the essay, only in the conclusion. That before the teacher in EL11, she learned us is not allowed to write in the introduction about anything about yourself or about your mind or something you like it, only in the conclusion. That's true or false?
It depends. I said it depends on the context. It depends on what kind of essay you're writing. It depends on the ideas that you're going to share. So lots of factors come into play. So what I want you to be or to do, I would like you to show flexibility in receiving information. Okay, it can be this and that. Okay. Just it, and over the course of the 4 months that we have together, you're going to learn a great deal, inshallah. Okay, so let's go back to whoever was having the mic. Okay, so perhaps we lost her. We moved to somebody else.
Can I say something?
Doctor?
Doctor,
Can I say?
Yeah, you can
I have
share.
a
What's
question,
your
please.
name? Let's see what she has to say, and then listen to your question.
Doctor, I have a small opinion about what she said, Fauzia. I think the essay, Bayan, she talked about myself a lot, herself a lot. So she didn't necessarily put myself in conclusion.
Okay. So because she's sharing her own experience, whether she likes
Yes,
it or
she's
not,
sharing, and
which is
yes,
fine, which is fine. At this point, it's fine.
there's no rules to say why in conclusion you should to be talk about experience or anything. There's no rules, I think.
Yeah, you mean it.
Am I right?
Yeah, when it comes to the conclusion, and this is something that we're going to come to briefly. A conclusion can be a summary of the ideas that you have included in the body, and it can also
Yeah,
be
exactly.
you can have a measure of you can also give your own experience very briefly, and you can also give a piece of advice and or a recommendation depending on what you are writing about. We'll talk about that in detail when the time is right.
Yes.
Let's okay, thank you so much. Can we have some
Doctor,
else?
but yes, I have another point. In the first paragraph, you should to be space, more space in the body and the conclusion.
Yes, try 6 inch.
Okay.
This is necessary or not?
I'm not sure I understood, but if I understood you well, you're talking about the
Like the
gap
introduction.
the gap between the introduction and the gap that we have between the different paragraphs. This is a small thing. There are other more important things that we should care about at this point in time.
Okay,
Let's
thank
move
you.
to somebody, and you're welcome. Let's
Can
move
I
to
talk?
somebody. What's your name?
My name is Naba Al-Habshi.
Okay, Naba.
Naba, N-A-B-A.
Naba. Okay.
Yeah. In my opinion, maybe she's repeat some word like consequently. Yeah, and also word comfortable. Maybe she can like do another word like conjunction.
Okay.
And also her conclusion is it's not strong enough to stop this issue. She's still give us a reason about why online is studying online is very important. That's
Okay.
it.
Okay. Thank you, Naba. Again, these are all mechanical and fine, no problem. Did you notice that we have this lack of consistency? She's not being consistent. Consistency means that if you're writing long paragraphs, I mean, so most of your paragraphs should be long. If you're writing short paragraphs, you keep to this level of shortness. So if you look at the intro, the conclusion, for example, the conclusion is very, very short. It's only one line, right? While the introduction is longer, while the different paragraphs are longer. So you need to show consistency. Okay, you cannot have, a paragraph for a conclusion that has only one sentence. This is not acceptable. Okay, so again,
Doctor, can I
wait,
talk? Doctor?
no, just wait. Let me finish.
Okay, sorry.
Okay, so again, if you look at paragraph 3, and if you compare it to the paragraph previous and the paragraph after, paragraph 3 is short, right? Again, consistency is very important, okay, in terms of the size of every and each paragraph, okay? Thank you so much. Okay, somebody was asking a question. Go ahead.
Yes, Victor. Me.
No, not.
Doctor,
Okay. Quickly. Yes. Go ahead.
can I talk?
Me, Victor.
Can I tell?
Okay. So somebody was saying something and I stopped her. So come to the mic, introduce yourself, and give us what you think.
Okay, my name is Rana. I want to talk about the test. You talk about the test.
And what test?
Yes, what is it?
What test? Test
She
what?
mean exam. Exam.
We're not talking about exams now. We're analyzing something. Okay. The gentleman.
Victor,
Go ahead. Yes.
Victor, I have a question.
Yes. Go ahead.
Victor, why twice are the same of titles?
Can you come again?
Why are twice are the same of titles?
Why are they using the same title, you mean?
Yes.
Well, it just happened by accident, I believe. There is no collusion. They are not plotting or conspiring against us. It's, I mean, they took from the essay prompt, and I'm not an advocate of titles, by the way. I mean, sometimes I even believe that titles may restrict you. So depend on the essay title itself, the question itself, and you don't need to use a title. It's okay. Okay. Again,
Yes.
people should show flexibility when it comes to wait. When it comes to receiving, some other people would say that titles are very important, and if you don't have a title, you lose marks. No, that's okay. If you don't use a title, that's fine. Okay. Okay.
Victor, don't lose any marks.
Inshallah, you won't. You lose marks for other things.
Can I ask a question?
Thank
Can
you,
I ask
Victor.
a
Yeah.
Thank
question?
you.
Yes, if it's not a procedural question, if it's a question that has to do with this.
Yes, of course. Okay.
Okay. What's your name? Do you have a
I,
name?
okay, my name is Hala,
Hala.
and I wanted to ask about the style. Do you mean the style of the whole essay or the style of some sentences? For example, here, when I read a sentence that doesn't make sense, is that a grammar issue or that a style issue
That
with
does
the
not make
sentence?
sense. That does not
Yeah.
make sense because it's not well, perhaps written, because it has grammar issues, and also because
Word choice also.
and the choice of word. Like, let me give you an example, ya Hala. Hala, I'm sorry. Online learning introduced also very important things like bravery to communicate. Obviously, she wanted to say that with online learning, you now have the guts, you can speak.
The courage, yes.
Yeah, the courage, yes. See, so this is a style. This is a style issue. It's exactly like, do you still remember at one point we had people, even nowadays on Facebook, we have people who come up with, I don't know how to describe that. It's in the manner of قل ولا تقل,
Mm-hmm.
right? So
Yes.
in this
Yes.
case, قل courage, ولا تقل bravery, for example, right? فthis is style. Yeah, she
What
banned.
about bravery enough? Is that style or grammar issue? What?
It's also style.
Style issues.
Yes,
Okay.
style.
Okay. Another question is, how many times can we say the same word, like online learning? How many times can we say it, like 3 times, or then it becomes repetitive? How many synonyms can we use? Should we say distance learning, remote learning, e-learning, or it becomes too much? When it becomes too much, and when I want to show that I have enough vocabulary, but I don't want to do it too much. And also, I don't want to repeat the same words that are in the question. So can you tell me how can I do that?
Yes.
The right amount. Yeah.
Okay. Again, when it comes to writing, diversity is very important. Recycling the same word or the same phrase over and over again is not is not a very good thing. It's not recommended. People have to diversify their style. They have to take advantage of the rich range of vocabulary if they have enough vocabulary. So it's all about diversity. It's all about diversifying your range of vocab.
So can we say that online learning here is repetitive or not?
It is in repetitive. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, you are. Okay. Any other issues that you're having with Banan's piece of work?
Oh, excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, my name is Aisha. Can I leave the class? I have an emergency.
Okay. What's your name?
Aisha Muhammad.
Okay.
Aisha Muhammad Iqbal.
Okay. Thank you, Aisha. You may leave. Okay. No problem.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. طيب. Unless you have something else to say about this, we'll move. Again, what we're doing is called editing. And editing is very important because it raises your awareness about errors. And you become aware of what errors other people are making. So when you write yourself, you try to avoid the errors that you are highlighting and spotting in other people's work. You become very sensitive to errors. You're going to realize that, inshallah, over time. When we do this a number of times, you're going to find it reflected in your work. You're going to be very sensitive. You wouldn't feel comfortable if you're writing a sentence that is wrong or incorrect. You're going to find yourself automatically having doubts about the sentence that you have produced. Okay, this is well tried, and if it worked with other people, I'm sure it will work with you. Okay, let's leave this part and move to something else. Some people were asking me about the assessment. Let me check where I can get that. Okay, just give me a second. Okay. I think I'm trying to open. Is it?
Can you see mine, please, doctor? Or
Can you what?
can you see my essay? I want to know my mistakes.
I mean,
you said my name.
Yeah, but I don't have time to kind of look at every thing. I mean, we're giving examples, we're giving samples. What we're going to do is that we're going to take the conversation to the WhatsApp group. I'll over the week, we meet every week. Over the week, I mean, we finish, for example, today. I give you an assignment to make over perhaps 2 days, and then I collect them. I get samples, and then we talk about them here, or we talk about them on WhatsApp. Okay,
So
but
you're not gonna talk about mine right now?
like I said, I'll take the conversation to the WhatsApp group. We can have group discussions over there, inshallah. Okay, so
Okay,
let me.
that's another question. Where can I know my grade for this essay? Or does it
Uh,
have an
this essay is experimental. I'm not going to give grades for it. Perhaps the next time, the second assignment. I'm trying to be fair to you. I don't want to judge you based on something that I haven't given, right? So now that you are sensitive about the errors, I can give you assignments, and I can start rating them and giving marks. I couldn't have done that from the very first class. Okay, let me talk about the assessment. And by assessment, I mean the quizzes and the exams that we will have over the space of the 4 months that we are together. So our assessment is divided into 2 sections. We have what we call continuous assessment, and by continuous assessment, we mean the quizzes and the TMAs that we do together. And then the second part, or the second section, is the final exam. The final exam is out of 50. Okay, so if the final exam is out of 50, we still have 50 marks. So the 50 marks are the 50 marks of the continuous assessment, and they are divided as follows. You are going to have 5 marks for participation and attendance. You're going to have 20 marks for TMA. And I'll tell you in a minute what a TMA is, unless you know what a TMA is. And then you have 25 marks for 5 quizzes. Okay, so 25 marks for 5 quizzes means that every and each quiz is out of 5. Okay, is that clear? So 100 marks, 50 for continuous assessment and 50 for the final. Okay, so the continuous assessment is divided into 3 parts. You have 5 marks for participation and attendance. You have 20 marks for the TMA, and you have 25 marks for 5 quizzes. Is that clear enough?
Yes, it is clear.
Yes, doctor, yes.
Yes, doctor.
Alhamdulillah. Sorry. Perhaps, do you know what a TMA is? Have you done TMAs before?
Midterm?
No. A TMA, so this is an acronym, and it is TMA. T stands for teacher or tutor, and M for the word marked, and A for assignment. So it's a teacher or a tutor marked assignment. It's an assignment. Wait.
I have to go now. Sorry.
Okay, what's your name?
From Salah, doctor. I call you from WhatsApp.
Okay, or Sultan, right?
Remember me?
Okay.
Yes.
Of course. Yeah, okay.
I'm so sorry, doctor.
It's okay. Ma salam. Alf salam. Bye.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Again, the TMA, tutor marked assignment, it's an assignment that we post on the LMS within fixed time frames. You go and download it, you work on it for some time, and then you upload it again on the LMS. Okay, this is what we mean by TMA, and it's out of 20. The quizzes are going to be also activities that you will do on the LMS, and for very short periods of time. Those short periods of time can be less than half an hour. perhaps 20 minutes or so, okay? Well, I think I will have a meeting with the BCC, the course coordinator, on Sunday, and we're going to share everything with you on LMS and on the WhatsApp group, inshallah. Okay, so enough procedural issues, and let's move to substance. Okay. 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 I'm sharing slides. I'm sharing slides of the book. Okay. So can you see that?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes, we
So
can.
these are slides that are taken from the ebook. They are exactly like what you're going to see. If you're using the book, if you have access to the book, it's the same. Do you have access to the book now?
Yes.
Okay, alhamdulillah. What? Okay. So the title of the book, as you can see, is Right Now. Okay, right now means this is a command or an order, right?
Doctor, what's the number of the page?
But go to the book and check. I mean, what do you think? This is the cover page. It doesn't have a number, obviously, right?
I'm sorry.
Okay. So just forget about the book and focus with us. What's your name again? What's your name? What's your name?
Rana.
Rana.
Rana Khalid.
Okay, Rana. Okay. Okay. So can you still see the book?
Yes.
Okay, good. So this is chapter 1, getting started with writing. That's going to be more or less the same ideas that we spoke about last time. Do you still remember when we spoke about the different stages of writing? You have a pre-writing stage, a while writing stage, and a post-writing stage. It's almost the same thing, but perhaps here we're using a different set of lexicons or terms, but it's the same idea. Okay. So by the end, the learning outcomes of this part would be to create an ideal writing environment and to analyze the rhetorical situation using the STAR approach. So this is all preparing for the act of writing. So creating an ideal writing environment. Okay, so in order for your writing to be good, you also have to prepare yourself and also prepare the environment around you. Spoke about that. You shouldn't be you shouldn't write if you're tired. You shouldn't write if the place is crowded. You should. Some people like to write while they are having music on in the background. So see and check what suits you and work according to it. So create an ideal writing environment and analyzing the rhetorical situation using the STAR approach. So if we talk about an ideal writing environment. So we're talking about finding a good place to write. We're talking about planning your time to write. You can just write anytime. You don't write if you're tired. You don't write after you come from university right away. You don't write on an empty stomach, for example. And sometimes, yeah. You don't write if you're thirsty, right? You don't write if you're angry. Common sense, right? So you select your material if you're given the opportunity to select your material, because in most of the cases you're asked to write about something. You don't choose your own topics, right? You need to also establish a method for saving your work. This is a very thorny issue. I mean, the idea that sometimes you write very beautiful things and you don't save them, and the next thing you know is that you have a power outage and you lose all your work. Have you ever had this experience? You wrote something, you didn't save it, and it just vanished or disappeared. Have you
Yes.
ever had this frustration? Can you share it with us?
Yes, can I share?
Yes,
I
go ahead.
I spent a lot of time preparing this exam for my students, and
Mhm.
it was a final exam, so I skipped through the whole book to prepare the exam for them, and hours and hours and hours of just collecting a couple of questions from every unit we took. And then I don't know what happened to my laptop, and it just turned off, and I lost it. I searched for it and I lost it. And I cried. I actually cried. But
Yes.
then I learned my lesson, and whenever I write an exam, I just send it to myself on the email. I
Yes.
save it on the laptop, and I save it on a hard disk.
Yes.
3 times I save it
Yes.
now.
Backup plans are very
Backup
important.
plans.
Yes.
Yes.
Excellent. Not excellent. I'm sorry. I mean, it happens with all of us. But like you said, that you have learned Haya, right? You
Hello.
have Hala. You
Yeah,
have learned your lesson. Thank
I
you.
have learned my lesson the
Uh,
hard way.
yes. Okay. Can we have somebody else sharing perhaps a frustrating
Yes, doctor.
experience? Yes. Go ahead.
My name is Aya Rabah.
Hi, Aya.
Hi. I was supposed to deliver a speech in front of a crowd, and unfortunately, I wrote my speech on the notes of my iPhone. So
Not. That's exactly right. It's exactly like writing it on sand, right?
yes. No, what
Yeah.
happened is I lost. I forgot my phone in the taxi, so I had to improvise at the last minute. So it was
So
really
it's
horrible.
two things that you have lost here, Rabah, right?
Yeah.
It's the mobile and also the speech.
Yeah, I was more upset about the speech because it was in front of people.
And how could you manage that?
I just whipped up يعني, a speech. I took some paragraphs off Google. I plagiarized off, unfortunately. I had to improvise.
Which is good. And I'm sure they were happy about it. Nobody checks or double checks. Anyway, thank you for sharing. And then it's also very important that you minimize distractions. You don't sit in a place that is so crowded and say, I'm going to write and my writing is going to be awesome and everything. You have to steer away from whatever is disruptive, whatever is distracting, right? These are all common sense practices when it comes to writing and when it comes to any serious work that you're engaged in, right? Even if you're cooking, right? You don't go and peel whatever people peel for cooking purposes in the bedroom, for example, right? And you expect to, if you're cooking, you need to go to the kitchen, right? So if you're writing, you don't go to the kitchen and write. Am I correct? You don't write while everybody else is around, is all over the place. So choosing and creating the right environment can make all the difference. Make no mistake about it. Okay, we have what they call the STAR approach, and I checked it in order to see an acronym there is, and I don't see an acronym. So because we have S, but we don't have T or even A. So it's an approach more or less where there is talk about or considerations about and for the subject, for audience, purpose, strategy, and design. So these are things that you have to consider before, while, and after writing. Okay, so if you look at them, you know, perhaps what a subject is. Subject, audience means your readers. Strategy, plans and tactics that you use, and of course design would be how you intend your essay to look like, perhaps in graphic. You're trying to graphically appeal to your reader. So what do I mean by subject? So determine what subject or general concept you want to cover. Like I said, in most of the cases, you don't determine what subject or general concept you talk about. We give you things to write about. We give you prompts and we ask you to, this does not really apply. Select a subject that matches the guidelines of the assignments. Again, you have an assignment and you have certain guidelines. Perhaps this would inspire you to take your writing to a certain direction. Of course, you need to narrow your subject. Remember when I said that when you brainstorm, you come up with all kinds of ideas, and some of these ideas are irrelevant, okay? So you will have to, or you will need another stage where you try to narrow and filter your topic or subject so that you can trim it and you get rid of whatever is not necessary and whatever is irrelevant. Always consider your audience and purpose. Very important. I'm sure you know how important your reader is, and how important being focused and having a purpose and a unity of purpose. So your audience is very important, because knowing your audience would perhaps give you the opportunity to check the idea of formality, to check the idea of style, also the length of your essay and stuff. And purpose is very important. Nothing in life does, everything in life has a purpose, right? And so your piece of writing might as well has a purpose. You have to have a purpose. A purpose means that you have a focus that you're moving around. You have a plan and a roadmap. You don't just write whatever comes to your mind, right? Your purpose keeps you in check, if you like. Okay, if you're going to digress and talk about irrelevant stuff, you remember your purpose and you go back to your focus. When it comes to the subject, you also need to check whether you need research or not. Yeah, in the essay or the assignment that I have given you, you didn't need to do much research. Did you do research? The online learning topic that I gave you, did you do research for it?
A little bit, yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
but
I did.
okay. But I don't think it needed that much research, right? Because most of the ideas are perhaps personal experience, reflections on what you have seen and experienced over the past 5 months, right? So again, you need to check whether what you are in for would need research or not. Okay, so if we move to audience, audience of course would mean your readers, and you need to consider and respect and honor them. Respecting and honoring your reader means that you have to know the needs of your reader, based of course on what is required. You need to be aware of relevant discourse communities. Relevance is very important, like we have said. You need to also know that if you have primary audience or members of the audience or readers, you can also have secondary audiences. So you need to study your audience. Audience again, you need to check who you are talking to. If you're talking to your teacher, obviously it's different from talking to a colleague or a friend or a casual friend. Obviously, that would determine the level of formality that you would be using with each one. So using appropriate tone for your purpose and audience. And again, if you know your audience very well, you can always determine the level of formality that you would approach your audience with. If you talk about purpose, we have a multiplicity of purposes. We have different purposes. Sometimes you write in order to inform. Sometimes you write in order to interpret. Sometimes you write in order to persuade. And sometimes you write in order to entertain. Sometimes you write to communicate and express feelings. And sometimes you have a number of purposes combined. Okay, so know what your purpose is. So informing. So if you're informing means that you're communicating information and ideas. So your information should be useful, not a waste of time. And how can they be useful unless and until you have done your own research, unless you know more about the topic, perhaps more than your reader. You need to also, sometimes while informing, you need to teach your audience something. If you're writing and your purpose is to interpret, interpret means that you're trying to understand something and you can communicate this understanding to your reader. So you're trying to help your reader better understand something. You're trying to giving, I mean, in this case, you'll be giving opinions, your interpretation, your understanding of something, and you're not actually reporting information. If you ask me, all writing is about persuasion. Persuasion means that you're trying to convince somebody of something. You're trying to, perhaps make him adopt your point of view. You're moving your audience in a certain direction. So you also have to be able to start an argument and go about defending or refuting it. Your writing also, I don't think this is a purpose. This is more or less like one of the tools that you have to use. You need to be entertaining. And by entertaining, we don't mean that you're going to crack jokes in your piece of writing. Entertaining means that you have your piece of writing has to be relatable, has to be appealing, has to if you're relevant, this is entertaining. If you're illustrative and you're giving illustrations and examples, this is entertaining. If you're engaging, this is entertaining. So you need to entertain the audience. Again, like I said, we don't mean by entertaining, we don't exclusively mean cracking jokes and engaging in humor. Again, this is self-evident. If you're expressing feelings, so you might as well share personal experiences. You talk about the frustrations that you may have experienced. It depends, of course, on what you're talking about and to whom you are also talking or writing. Sometimes you have more than one purpose in mind. Sometimes you have an overlap of purposes, so you need to walk the fine line of not confusing them or between them. If we move to strategy, of course, you know what a strategy is. Strategy means that you have tactics and you have tools and techniques and plans. So you don't just write anything. You have to have a plan. You have to have an outline and everything. So you need to choose a strategy that would serve your purpose and audience. In the book that we're having here, we have at least 8 major strategies, and we're going to skim through them as we proceed. Again, sometimes you may need to use more than one strategy. One strategy wouldn't be enough. So for your writing to be effective, you may need more than one strategy, as we are going to see. Am I making sense so far?
Yes, doctor.
Yes.
Yes.
Doctor.
Okay. And then we move to design. And by design, we mean, of course, the genre and also the format. Genre means that you need to, based on the essay prompt, based on the assignment, if it's an assignment, you need to determine the genre that you're going to use. Are you going to use the essay format, the paragraph format, the format of a story, a letter, whether it's business letter or not? So always check out about the design. And in order to check this out and determine what kind of design and genre you're going to use, you need to always go back to the essay question. You need to actually, you don't just go there and just read it casually. You need to study it. You need to check it very thoroughly and very carefully. And then we move to the format. Again, the format can be given by your instructor, so you should be listening very carefully to what the instructor is saying. Also, if you're writing a piece of writing that would need research, you need to also check for the appropriate citation style. Of course, you have Harvard, you have AP and other styles. We'll talk about them when the time is right, inshallah. Again, if we talk about design, we talk about length, and we also talk about appearance. And these are things that you should ask about. You ask your tutor about how long. Remember last time, for example, I asked you to write a small essay. I didn't ask for something big. And if I ask for a specific length or size and I get something bigger or smaller, this is not obviously, in this case, you're not catering for the needs of your audience. Remember, we said that audience and readers are very important. So if your reader is expecting you to write 250 words, so if you're writing perhaps 300 something, this is not living up to the expectations of your reader. Correspondingly, if you're writing perhaps 100 words, this is also an equally bad and not acceptable. When it comes to length, you need to make sure that all the points are fully developed. In terms of appearance, you also have to check with whoever is setting the questions and the assignments for specifics about spacing, about the size of the font, and also the style. Whether if it's an essay, you don't use headings, bullets, or columns. If it's perhaps a survey or a study that you're making based on surveys. In this case, you would use headings and bullets and columns and all these kinds of things. Visual aids, and this is not recommended in our case and in our department. We don't normally ask people to use maps, to use pictures and photos and drawings in their essays. So the essay has to be verbal, and by verbal I mean words. You only use words to communicate and express your ideas. You don't use photos and charts and graphs. This is perhaps something that you should leave to people from other departments like business and IT. And this is obviously the end of, is it a chapter that we're using the chapter system or the unit system? This is obviously chapter 1. Is that clear?
Yes.
Okay, so it's more or less, like I said, there is obviously more to writing than just talk. There is obviously more to writing than just, theory. Okay, practice is more important, like I always say. Do you have any questions so far?
No, everything is clear.
Okay, so let's agree on the assignment of next time. Okay, so what do you think? It's going to be an essay, and by now you know what an essay is in terms of format, right? I would like you to write an essay of not less than 300 years, sorry, 300 words. And again, if you write 400 words, it means that you're not considering your audience. And if you write 200 words, it means also that you're not considering your audience. So 300 words, it means that you can write, it's allowed if you write 280, and it's allowed if you write 320 or 330, but not more than that. Within this range, I mean. I would like you to write an essay about perhaps your. This is simple, but I'm sure lots of people can find ideas to talk about. Let's talk about your favorite something. And it can be your favorite sport, it can be your favorite teacher, it can be your favorite pastime activity. So it's favorite, and you come up with this favorite thing that you have in mind. How about that?
Sounds
Yes,
great.
that's okay.
This is good.
Sounds amazing. Sounds amazing.
Yeah,
Okay.
I already
So
have an idea now.
Okay, go ahead. Okay, that's good. That's good news. Anybody else?
Doctor, I do have a question.
You have a what? A question? Go ahead. What's your name?
Ilaf Ahmed.
Ilaf, yes. Go ahead,
Yes.
yeah.
Doctor, in the 300 words, is the introduction and conclusion in there?
Of course. Yes.
Oh, so they're counted.
And of course, they are part and parcel of the essay. Make no mistake about it, right? Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Any
Doctor,
other? Yeah, go ahead. Go
I
ahead.
have a question. Yes.
Yes.
Is this an opinionative essay? I mean, it's favorite something, and our opinions and our subjects are very different. How can we fit it to a rubric, to a writing rubric? It's still an academic essay, and we're going to use what is it, segmental and supra-segmental rubric, right?
Yes. You mean perhaps you're talking about the how I'm going to judge it because you're saying
Yeah,
that
because
it's
it's a
very
very wide range.
individualistic. Yeah. Don't worry. We will manage. We will manage somehow. Don't worry.
Okay. One more question. For the suprasegmental, we have style, consistency, and what? There was a third thing.
Let me check. Do I have it? Bismillah. Okay, yes. Can you see that? Am I sharing that with you?
Not yet.
Okay. طيب. Okay. Okay. I'm sure you can see it now, right? Can you see that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
By the way, I'm taking the liberty of using the word segmental and suprasegmental. Lots of people are not going outside this class will not understand them because these are class-specific terms that I came out with, and like I said, I have taken them from the world of phonetics. By segmental, of course, we mean the low level of analysis where you check grammar, punctuation, and spelling, while the suprasegmental level would be a high level of analysis that would involve relevance, consistency, idea development, and style. I'm sure you are now familiar with this. Okay? Any more questions? Yeah, what's your name?
Sauban.
Okay, go ahead.
Is the introduction and conclusion counted in the word count?
Of course, يا جماعة, the introduction and the conclusion are an integral part of the essay, right? Make no mistake about it, right? They are, of course, counted.
Doctor, I have a question, please.
Okay.
My name is Sarah Sharif.
Okay, Sarah.
Doctor, I'm not actually sure how to write an essay about like my favorite things.
I mean, I didn't say. I mean, you decide. Okay. It's. I mean, obviously, it's not about imposing a certain topic on you. Write about what you think you should write about. How about it? I mean, just it's okay. Just come up with a decent essay. That would be it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Any more questions? If we don't have any more questions, we're going to call it a night and leave on this item, on this note and with this item.
Sorry.
Yes.
Thank you, teacher. Thank you, doctor.
You're welcome.
What about the
doctor?
What about what?
The attendance?
Okay, I have it here, so you don't have to worry. I mean, the class is being recorded as well.
Even though if I signed as a guest?
What?
Even though if I signed as a guest?
It's okay. I mean, I have people's names on here. If your name is not here. Okay, so as of next time, this is very important. As of next time, I would like people to walk into the room with their full names and their university IDs. Okay, if you don't walk into the room with these two things, you will be counted absent, and for obvious reasons, because I wouldn't be able to identify you as a guest. Is that clear enough?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Right.
Thank you.
Yes, I have a problem only with that. I have this Teams account for my work, and my name is Halal Laham, and I've signed it, and it immediately went to my work Teams and signed in as Halal Laham, and I could not change my name to add my ID. Would that be enough if I signed it as Halal Laham?
Yeah, your name is Halal Laham, right?
Yes, my name is Halal Laham, but there's no, I could not add a student ID.
That's okay. It's okay.
It's okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
Doctor,
Yes.
can we ask when's the deadline?
The deadline, yeah, that's a good question. You guys have until Sunday night, perhaps 6 or 7 p.m.
And we send it to you by email?
I'm sorry. Did I say Sunday? I meant Saturday. So in order to have enough time, I mean myself, so that I can go through the different contributions and vet them and correct them. So again, it's Saturday at 6 p.m. inshallah, on Saturday inshallah.
And we send it to you by email?
It's the same email that we're using. Still remember the email that you have sent the first assignment to? Yeah, it's the same email.
Doctor,
I missed the first assignment. I didn't attend the first class. I'm sorry.
What's your name?
Aya Rabah.
No problem, Aya. احنا أولاد النهارده.
Doctor, I have a question, please.
Okay.
My name is Yasmin Salha.
Hi.
Doctor, how can I improve the conversation? I afraid I have afraid of speaking English.
MashaAllah, you speak excellent English, ya Aya. What do you
Yes,
need more?
Yasmin. My name is Yasmin.
Yasmin. I was talking to Aya. Okay. Yasmin, you're doing a good job, MashaAllah. Your English is good.
No,
No, well,
not
that's good.
not
Yeah,
good, Doctor.
just keep trying.
I have afraid I don't know how I improve. And I have less word.
No, just keep calm. You're only in the first year. Okay, you still have a lot to learn. Try to speak as much as you can. Make errors and mistakes, and don't be shy. And we're going to help you as much as we can, inshallah. I'm sure in 4 years, if we're still alive, I'll come to you and say, what's your name again?
Yasmin, Doctor.
Yeah, I'll attend your graduation ceremony, and inshallah, you'll be giving the graduation speech, inshallah.
Inshallah. Thank you, Doctor.
You're welcome.
دكتور ممكن سؤال؟
This is the last question, because obviously we have to end this press conference. Okay, go ahead.
دكتور معلش إيش نكتب ذا الجدول؟
No, you just get inspired by this schedule. This schedule is going to be like a guide to you. It can help you identify the errors and the mistakes in your work and in the work of others. Okay? Aishi? Okay, so on this note and with this item, we'll come to the end of today's
class. Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you so much, and I'll see you inshallah next week. Assalamu alaikum, everyone.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, teacher. Thank you.
Welcome. Bye-bye.